CG really need to make it make sense, because all of this new stuff with the Coliseum and the new era, it's missing so much information and it's making my head spin. There are about 1 billion videos that I want to do right now and I don't know where to start. Let's talk. Let's go for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our new update that we were all so excited to go and see, and it's kind of landed, well, it's landed somewhere, that's for sure. This is our Coliseum boss for now, 1 hour and 49 minutes, and whilst the Coliseum engagement I do feel has got very small amounts of nuance to it, it is ultimately just a case of how much do you spend, is how much do you actually get out of it. So if you see the leaderboards over here, these are our leaderboards. I am currently ranked 12th. That is after whaling to get a character to 6 stars, so about 130 bucks. Not mad about that. I was fully expecting to be well out of the top 10. We'll talk a little bit later on about, the blatant people that are clearly just hacking in the globals. I don't know why, clearly this individual here is not scoring maximum points in this raid. There's been loads of these guys throughout the last 24 hours, or 22 hours, I should say. They're being whacked down as CG finds them. What can I say about Coliseum, the game mode? Okay, what can I say about it? When you first start off and you've got your character and you can take him to like level 5, because there's no way to level up characters without spending crystals or money, there's not a whole lot of nuance to this battle. With Luke, you do this second special to get the mass assist. Boom, boom, boom. Great. With her, I'm just going to assume we're going to pass this over here to give him some damage, and then we're just going to focus on dealing damage. We're going to lose people immediately. I don't know, we'll sap some crit damage. Does that make you feel good? I'm not even sure. Pass the turn back over, do a little bit more damage. There's no point healing because this thing will kick you in the chops immediately and you're going to die. So we're currently at 2%. Oh, we've got a new record over here, 1,000 points for my my efforts. Okay, so good things, it's quick. Bad things, it just doesn't feel very fun. There's like no nuance to it. Maybe that will improve as time goes on. So we essentially have 8 tiers. They're more or less impossible to do. In order to beat tier 1, you have to be about level 15 on your Luke. And I'll give you these one-time rewards. All of these are one-time rewards, and then your leaderboards are daily rewards. Those daily rewards give you this new episode error currency thing, which gets used in one place, which has got some very nice rewards. So you can get coaxial servo motors. You need 20 of these to go from relic 9 to relic 10, or you can place it on these rather nifty R5 6-star lightspeed tokens that can be applied to like attackers, tanks, or supports, or healers. And then you've got the carbonite lightspeed tokens that are 1,000 of this currency, and they can be applied to anybody, and they go to gear 12, level 3, which is level 3 abilities, which is actually really cool. I imagine a lot of the free-to-play will focus on this area. However, as it currently stands, and I ran the math on this, and Egnards will probably do it as well, or maybe he already has, I don't know. But essentially, as a free-to-play person, if you are just going through the era and all you're doing is leveling up your characters to level 65, era level 65, get all 6 of them, I don't think this guy's going to count, he's the journey guide character, you will progress through this era currency, total era level gubbins over here. I added up all of these, and essentially, if you are doing it 6 characters, and we are taking CG at their word here, guys, 6 characters times era level 65, that's 390 levels, which gets you all the way down here. All right, so if you add up all of this amount, it's a shame if you get to a 100, you get 100 extra. That's going to total into a total of 1,300 of your error points, right? This doesn't include anything that you'll get from the Coliseum. If you are last every single day across a 28-day period, you're obviously going to get 280 additional on top for 1,580. So one of the lowest tier lightspeed tokens, or the equivalent of like 1/10 of a relic 10 mat over a 28-day period. Now, I will say that let's not lose our heads here. I don't think that this error currency is the only way for it to be earned is through Coliseum and through leveling up your error units. My biggest concern right now is leveling your error units makes no sense, okay? Getting error levels makes literally no sense. Because in order to level up, you have to have the currency and you have to have the materials, right? The only way you can realistically do that is when you unlock the character, it gets you straight to level 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here. Gets you unlocked to level 5. But if you want to go any further at all, you are going to need to go to the store right now, go to the error store, and you'll need to get yourself some currency to level up with, and you're going to need to get yourself error materials in order to level up, okay? Now, I probably spent about 5,000 crystals in total, maybe, doing this and this. That's on top of whaling for the character, which just really confuses me. To get to where I am at error level 16, okay? And there are 95 levels in total. Now, when we look at where else do we get the currency to level up a character, it's in the free pass, right? And this does give you, apparently, some amount of materials to level up. You know, I'm not seeing where those are exactly. They don't seem to belong in here. Oh, there's some to get you to, you know, levels 15 and above. There's some again, you know, so you can get them here, right? Which is it works out to be about 50,000 on the free pass, 50,000 of that error currency, and that's over what's supposed to cover 2 characters, right? But if you look at how much you need in order to get to the supposed cap, 65 requires 223,200 of our error level currency. So we're not getting, you know, we need to get like so much more than what they're offering in the free pass, and there doesn't seem to be any other way of getting this currency. I mean, I'm not being strictly honest here. There are other ways of getting it outside of whaling, but if you go to tier 4, which requires, oh no, sorry, if you go to tier, is it tier 5? That gives you some level up materials for the early levels, as well as these Xaereth module thingies. Okay, yeah, fantastic. If you go over here, you get 200, guys. 200 currency. Don't spend it all at once. It's not even enough to get 1 level. And then at the top end tier over here, the final tier. So if you've just whaled on a 7-star new character, you can't even do this last tier because you need to be error level 70 on the character. Error level 70. This is only up for a week. People aren't maxing out their episode pass in a week, in less than a week. And what does it give you? Does it give you anything to level up further? No, you get Xaereth ability modules, which you can't get anywhere else in the game, apparently, without whaling. But, like, how are you supposed to get the character through the error levels unless you are willing to spend money? Because to get to level 70, the person that's whaling on this has already spent like $150 to get the character to 7 stars. You're saying we need to get access to another 258,900 error currency. Is that error currency? Error level currency. So many currencies. And look at all this crap. Look at all this crap down here. I mean, let me move my face so you can actually see. Look at all this crap. Like 6,000 of these. Where do I get them? Search. Oh, there we go. You can spend $15 and you get, you know, a fraction of what you need. You just have to buy this 4 times. There you go. You've spent $150, but can we have another 60? I don't understand CG's position on this. Now, I have directly gone back to them, directly spoken to them about this. And what I'm allowed to share is on the instance of the Marquee event that I was just showing you right now. I told them this is dumb. Okay, I said you can't level gate something where people who have already whaled on this used to do this on previous characters. This tier was free. Granted, you didn't get this. Okay, you didn't get the Xaereth ability module, but previously, if you whaled on the character, you could immediately go in and beat this top tier, right? You just go in. You could do it with like a gear 10 unit. You didn't need any more investment. You just go in and you earn this piddling amount, right? That isn't true anymore. I've told them that this is dumb. They need to get rid of the error level. They need to make it more accessible. Either that or introduce at these tiers, give us the opportunity to earn the materials to throw on our characters. They did say that by the end of this era, they've confirmed it to me when I did my live stream yesterday. I was talking with them in real time. They said at the end of the era, free-to-play people will be able to get all 6 of your error marquees to level 65 without spending any money, which means gear 12 characters, right? And you can see that by going to the level up section, or rather over here. You can see if we get over to level 65, you are going to get a gear 12 character, okay? Now, I don't know what the difference is between these. Maybe they apply additional pieces. I don't know. We don't know any of that right now, but they said every free-to-play, and they confirmed it again live on stream when I was going through this, and I was thinking, where do you get the currency? Because the solution cannot be error store, blow all your money on here. Go spend 2,000 crystals to get 56k currency, because let's be honest, that's probably what you're going to get. Go ahead and spend several thousand more crystals getting the ability mats to get you only up to level 15. And then if you want to go further, well, congratulations, you've got to enter into the real world of real money. They said it's going to increase as we go on. And they also said we've got more things coming that we aren't aware of. Now, there has been a data mine. There has been a data mine from swigger.gg, okay? And I'm going to show it to you, and you guys can tell me if it seems like it smells right. So here it is. Error challenge information. This is supposedly what's replacing galactic challenges. 6 tiers. Beating a tier with Stormtrooper Luke is all that's required. Recommended error levels for each tier. Level 15, level 25, level 35, level 55, level 70, and level 75. Okay, so these last 2 tiers, you're going to have to be at least 5 stars anyway. But everything in the middle is impossible for anybody to do unless you've already spent money on resources. The tiers give you error currency, so nothing to help out with leveling, no materials, no error level currency. It just gives you error currency, which is what you use for, you know, the new lightspeed tokens, the new servo motors of 40, 80, 120, 165, 60, 1600. Of this right here, basically nobody will be able to engage unless they spend, okay? And that's not good enough. I mean, I don't understand. I understand that, you know, we're supposed to be whaling. I get that. I get that. It's also a one-time reward, okay? And the payout is when the event is over. And it's a week long, right? That's a week-long event to try and go through those tiers to basically get yourself some currency. Why is it that supposedly they're wanting us to pay for gearing our characters now? Because that's essentially what we're talking about here. We're talking about error levels convert over into abilities and gear and stats, right? This is the equivalent of gearing your character. However, there's no way to do it unless we spend crystals or money. Yes, you can get a little bit through the episode track, but it's so minimal. You get error currency. This stuff you only get for paying, which you need for leveling up as well. Currency. And it's not nearly enough. Look, 1500 at that level 12, right? 1500 at level 12. What does that actually do for my level 16, Luke? Level up. It's just about enough to go to level 17, but next level, no. Okay, so maybe a level if you didn't also need boatloads of this material as well, because I'd need 250 of that to get to level 18. Now, I don't understand where we are supposed to get the leveling system from. I've been told from CG in no uncertain terms, you will get to level 65 without spending any money. My real question is, tell us how. Give us the information so we can make informed decisions, because right now, the leaderboards are full of cheaters. The people that are whaling are not happy. Like, I've seen people whale to like level 70, 72, 73, 74, 75. They're able to beat like tier 3, roughly, of the event out of 8. Granted, we're probably waiting for more marquees to release in order to get there, but those people are spending like $500 per character, right? That can't be the new system. Like, well, maybe it is. Maybe the new system is, if you whale on a character to get them to 7 stars, during the marquee event, you're still only going to get to like level 65 unless you spend a boatload additional currency. So you're saving yourself 300 Chirotech. Now, honestly, I wouldn't be super happy about it, but it's not the worst thing in the world, right? I'm getting the stars, I get to unlock the legendary unit, I get to do all that. Ultimately, I don't mind the investment, but they really should have led with that when they went in with their post originally that said, hey, if you get 6 stars, you'll get to level error level whatever it is. Let's bring that post up real quick. So we're going to read this through together because this is what they, told us about the error event before, and I want to make sure I'm not misremembering. When an error becomes legacy, yada yada yada, the specifics on this new economy are still being finalized, but here are some examples of how error units will be converted over. If you get to error level 65, you get level 85, gear 12 base ability, gear, abilities level 7. This is where we expect most free-to-play players to reach free-to-play. Error level 80. If you get to error level 80, you will convert into level 85, relic 2, ability level 7, and so on and so forth. Now, they didn't make any mention here of, well, they told us that in order to hit certain thresholds over here, right, 4 stars is required to go beyond level 66, right? 5 stars is required to go beyond level 76. I think it was probably our fault for assuming that if you do get to 6 stars, you're guaranteed to get level 86 plus if you play every day. And if you go to 7 stars, you're guaranteed to get level 91 plus every day. So this sort of thing should have probably come with a massive asterisk of, hey, make sure you wail on top of the wailing that you've been wailing for. I don't know. I think CG need to come out with a little bit more information about how this is going to actually work in purpose, because the way it's implemented currently does not make sense. Does not make sense at all. Like, I don't understand how we are supposed to progress and find this an enjoyable experience, right? There's no point in putting these tier 2 rewards here if we can't actually get them, because how am I, like, are you telling me, like, my personal opinion on this, guys, my personal opinion on this is if I'm just spending 150 bucks to get this character, there is no way in hell I'm spending to get these levels. I'm not doing that. That's not happening, because it's expensive enough to just get the stars, right? And nobody should be expected to spend on these, because it defeats the whole purpose of what they were purporting it to be, which is you're going to save yourself gear and relic levels because you're going to get gear and relic levels through investing in characters in the error system. I don't know what CG's doing. I don't know what, but I'm hoping that we get a little bit of answers and pretty lickety split. Now, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I am, because they said stuff is coming, and a data mine is a data mine is a data mine. Yes, it should give us some information, but it's not necessarily a finished product. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I can imagine that people are going to pop off in the comments. Please let me know your thoughts. Answers on a postcard, but keep it civil. Keep it civil. And my head hurts. Right? Love you guys. Bye.